So Dan, thank you very much for giving us some time today.
You are more than welcome.
Cool. So this is, by the way, this is Andy. I'm Mel, and this is the amazing Dan Holloway. I can never say Dan Holloway. Dan Holloway, one of our amazing mentors in SFM, and basically we've just come fresh from a Joe Dispenza workshop in Edinburgh, which was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. But we thought we'd take this opportunity to ask Dan, who is fantastic in SFM for all of us, and just ask him a couple of questions while we've got him. So the first question I wanted to ask Dan was, what drew you to SFM in the first place, which was about 2.5 years ago, I think?
Yeah, September 2016, about 2.5 years ago now. So what drew me to SFM in the first place? It was, basically I was in a corporate career. I was fairly unfulfilled. I was kind of, doing the traditional type of software sales and, typical corporate rat race, earning good money, was successful by society standards, but kind of had this feeling that there was something more to life. There's just a sense that I was missing something, there wasn't fulfillment there, and I kind of had this moment where I looked at how my life would look if I was to carry on for another 10, 20, 30 years. And I just knew that I wasn't prepared to live that life. I knew that there was, there had to be something more. Yeah, so basically it was a wake-up moment, a turning point moment where I decided that I'd start looking for solutions and start looking for other ways of doing things. I knew that traditional business, although it was a route that I considered, I was very aware that I would have to invest a lot of time, probably a lot of money, and really put myself into an environment that wouldn't really solve the problems that I was trying to solve. Yeah. I wanted freedom, I wanted choice, I wanted, really to live a life. And as we know, building a typical brick and mortar business, it's, a real sacrifice of 2, 3, 4, 5 years often to get to the point where you might even be ready to do that. So long story short, I started looking online, I started looking at affiliate marketing, e-commerce, like lots of different online business models. Decided that affiliate marketing was through and through, like for me and for what I wanted, like freedom, flexibility. I didn't want to be committing to trading time for money. It just ticked all of the boxes. Just made sense. So when I, started looking into it, I discovered a company that's going to give not only the education of how to actually go down this path, but also a structure that you can build with one of the, the most successful or lucrative affiliate marketing offers out there. Again, it just ticks all the boxes, so I decided to just get started down that path.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. And I've got to know Dan quite well over the last 12 months or so, and I've seen his evolving, and Dan has become this huge figure now for us in SFM. He's just the absolute governor when it comes to being a mentor. And it's absolutely true.
It's very kind of you.
Yeah, I know. But it's absolutely true, because Dan is just very, very selfless in terms of he does 1 million webinars a week. God knows how much training.
Maybe a couple, not a million.
A couple of million.
God knows how much training, and it's just, we've said it 1 million times, haven't we, Andy? Like, if it wasn't for you, we'd be like flailing around in the dark. So Dan is Dan is amazing. So what I wanted to ask was, I've seen you evolve over the last few months for sure. So how have things changed since you first joined to how we are right now? In terms of your perspective, I guess, and
my
you as a person,
and also how your life has changed as well, because I think that's quite relevant.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So on the surface level, like. Life in the way that it looks now when you compare from corporate career, trading time for money, working 70 hours per week, to having freedom and flexibility to travel the world, so going for 15 months straight, end of 2017, all through 2018, literally got rid of my ties back home, so sold the car, got rid of my apartment that I was living in, had suitcase, hand luggage, showing up in an airport, looking at the departure board.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It was first 6 months were liberating. It was really, really good fun. But of course, like everything, it becomes the norm after a while. And then when you're in that position where you have time freedom, financial freedom, geographical freedom, no commitments, no ties, you start asking some of the bigger questions. Why am I here? What impact can I create? What value can I bring to the world? And so my perspective on myself is that my focus on self-growth, things like meditation, like health and fitness, I'm starting to take more seriously now, especially more recently than I ever have done in my entire life. But because I have the time to be able to do that, it just means that I can afford to ask those bigger questions, and I can afford to start thinking about, what I do want to commit to giving back, and what is my life going to look like, and so on and so forth. And my perspective from walking the path is that when I started, for me, it was like time, financial, and geographical freedom was like the holy grail, like the top of the mountain. Like when I get that, all my problems will be solved, everything will be sorted, and my life will just be endless bliss and happiness. But obviously, that's never the case, because the perspective to look at it is us with our first world lives, which often we're like, we're unfulfilling job and blah blah blah. Me, perfect example, like unfulfilling job, not happy, blah blah blah. And then you compare that to like someone who's, let's say, trapped in a third world country, and they've just watched like horrible things with happen to their family and all this kind of stuff. Like their wildest dream would be our first world life. Yeah. And it's the same thing at any leap forwards that we have. So time, financial, geographical freedom, exactly the same. It's just a step on the journey, and happiness and fulfillment never comes from material stuff like money and going to different countries and all this kind of thing, right? Yeah. So the perspective shift is recognizing that is literally just the start. That is the moment that you get your freedom, and that is the moment that you can then start building your life. Because before that, when you're trapped in an environment you don't want to be in, it is a lot more challenging to really focus on building all of the components of your life, like health, wealth and business, mindset, spirituality, like relationships, family, etc., etc. You're juggling too many balls with not enough time.
Real connection.
Yeah,
basically. Exactly. And it's funny that you should mention meditation a minute ago, actually.
Yeah. Common theme for the weekend.
Yeah, right. This is why we're here, right? Because we're on a kind of meditation, educational retreat in a way. So, on that subject, in the terms of how your business has not only taken off, but how your life has progressed and how your business has continued to grow and succeed since. Yeah. What would you say is the relevance of a practice like meditation in the realms of what it's meant for you in your growth?
Yeah. And business.
And business.
Yeah, in your personal growth and business growth.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good question, and especially like after this weekend, seeing the level that you can take practice like meditation to in your personal growth. We've had some mind-blowing experiences. But so if someone had said to me when I was in software sales that, meditating every day, right? Meditating every day is going to help you live a better business life, a more fulfilling life, and so on and so forth. I'm like, whatever, not interested, not into that, like. Sure, I'll give it a go, but I never would have taken it.
Doesn't sound very practical, does it?
Doesn't sound very practical. Like sitting there in silence thinking of nothing. No, I've got stuff to do, So that was my initial perspective really early on. Now, I noticed that a lot of the leaders that we were learning from, like top entrepreneurs in business, not just online business, but like business in general, a lot of top entrepreneurs will swear by it. So I'm thinking, well, there must be something to it if this many people are real advocates of meditation. So I started meditating, and for the first maybe...
Trying it out for yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for the first about 9 to 12 months of my online business journey, up until about coming into the tail end of 2017, I was really religious with it. I would meditate pretty much every day. I'd have like accountability goals that I'd keep to. And it built a very solid foundation in terms of my mindset, my self-confidence, like my level of... so, often we'll have like this background anxiety, especially coming from a corporate background scenario, right? So like this buzz of background anxiety. But the more that you focus on building this foundation and putting time into meditating, the more that you just get this sort of sense of calm and peace, and that you can rely on yourself, and you don't need to control everything, and you get awareness of the little voice in your head that has been running the show for so long.
Right, and that's where I think it goes a little bit deeper than just being a little bit calmer and a little bit. It's not just about de-stressing, right? Yeah, it's about getting to know yourself, isn't it? Exactly. And can I ask you, what is your perspective around why it's so important to know yourself? So in terms of your business.
So they say the health of a corporation is directly related to the health of the CEO, right? Particularly mental health, right? Yeah. And so the more that you know yourself, the more that you understand your values, the more that you are authentic and true to what you believe, that has a top-down effect on everything that you do in business. And it doesn't matter whether, I mean, I've never run a Fortune 500 company, but from what I tell from learning from what I tell from learning from other, you know, mentors and leaders who I'm learning from and working with, is that no matter what size of the business, if you're not crystal clear on what you believe and why you believe it and what your message is, then very simply, you're not building a strong enough foundation to resonate with the people who are your customers, your clients, your biggest advocates, and so on and so forth, right? Yeah. Even when we're starting out, we're starting a one-man band, just our affiliate marketing business. Like, a message that you're putting out there in a product that you believe in, it has to be in line with what you believe in, because if it's not, what happens is you end up building a business that you don't actually want to run or own, and you end up building yourself into just another hole that is unfulfilling and trapping you. So, and
one that's actually harder to get out of than a job.
Yeah, because suddenly your business is just going to crash and burn without you. It's not like you can just go get another business, like you can go get another job. You know, it's not that easy. You've dug yourself an even deeper hole. And so, for me, like, when we're starting out, what the right education, and in this case we're talking about affiliate marketing education, my personal experience is the right education is going to enable you to build something that you're actually passionate about and that you actually believe in. And so meditation and learning who you are underneath all the layers, right? Learning who you want to become when you're living your ideal day and you're living that vision.
What you actually want out of life.
And the more you strip back to that and you get crystal clear on what that is without all the interruptions and distractions, the more that every action that you take is going to have a direct correlation to creating your best life.
Where you want to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Wonderful answer.
That was amazing.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. Thanks for sharing that with
us. You're more than welcome.
I really appreciate it, man.
We love you, man.
This man's a true leader, a true inspiration to us, and a real nice guy to
He gives so much, honest to God, he really does.
And,
if you ever have the opportunity to meet him,
thanks, buddy.
It's just phenomenal. So, anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much.
See you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Bye.